Hi, and welcome to the inaugural edition of I Might Be Biased. Today we're going to review Dungeon of the Endless, the latest in the Endless series of games, along with Endless Legend and Endless Space. So let's just go ahead and dive right in, shall we? So the game has you on a prison transport and you're shot down. Depending on which characters you use, you're either guards or other workers on the ship, prisoners, or inhabitants of the planet that you crashed on. As you can see, there are a number of characters to be unlocked. I haven't unlocked them all, though I have unlocked some. And you can also choose from a variety of ships. I have not unlocked any of the other ships, so I will have to use the starting one, which is the escape pod. I will choose Max O'Kane and OpBot-DV8. OpBot is a unlocked character, and Max is one of the starters. So, as our pod explodes, let's break down the game. Dungeon of the Endless is a weird mishmash of genres. It is most notably a roguelike and a tower defense game with some RPG elements. So here you can see immediately the roguelike part of the game. You're opening doors, they are dark, and once you open them up, stuff happens. To keep rooms lit, I will have to spend dust. And once a room is lit, I can then start putting stuff in it. I'm going to put down an industry generator here. The four major resources of the game are industry, science, food, and dust. You can see I found some food here. Industry is used to build structures, put down defenses, etc. Science is used to research new technologies. Food is used to level your characters and, more importantly, heal. Dust is what you use to light the rooms, and it is the most important resource in the game. I found an artifact here, which means I can research some science, and so I will do that. Let's have Max take a look at what we can get here, and Prisoner Prod level 2 looks like a good idea. It's the lowest defense, it's the cheapest thing to build, so it's not the greatest thing, but it'll probably be a mainstay of your defenses. So open the door and Max has found some enemies. The game is turn-based up until you open the door, which it becomes real-time if there is combat. I can now light this room, which means I can move OpBot out of it, because if a player character is in the room, you can, it's the same as if the monsters won't spawn there upon a door opening. I've gone ahead and made some more science so I can try and get some new discoveries, and I'm going to level up OpBot here, and now I'm going to start using him to open doors because he is a higher level. But I'm keeping Max behind not to spawn any monsters in that door. Now that we're leveled up, we're able to deal with the monster threat pretty easily. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave one more room darkened than I can deal with, but this room is self-lit, which is great, because now I can light the room Max was in, and then move Max into the intermittent room so that it'll stay covered. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this next room here and see what's inside. OpBot goes through the door and I've got enough dust now to light this room that I've been negligent in covering, and hopefully my guys will be able to deal with these monsters. And they are. So now here comes a familiar scene to anyone who's played this game. You've got to split your party up. because you're constantly riding a balance in this game between what's the safest thing to do and trying to maximize the amount you can get out of each floor in the dungeon. I can't use that rapier, none of my guys are sword users, so that just goes in my inventory right now. I can, however, level up Hotbot, which means that he can now operate, and as I was talking about things that were not quite the most safe, I'm going to have to leave that room completely uncovered, and the room to my left uncovered, as I try and open things up because Hotbot's going to be generating more food for me. So hopefully I can get some defenses down in time, and I will be able to cover all these monster surges that I'm now dealing with. Gonna pause here and heal, and then use Hotbot's special ability to try and deal with these guys so I don't have to burn any more food. The more food I can save until later, the better, so I'm gonna try and ride this line, and I just made it. Alright. Whew. So, my guys survive. Hopefully there aren't too many more rooms, too many more monster surges, so that I can keep those defenses held and not have to spend too much more food and or industry to defend my position. So one thing to note is that different monsters have different AI types and they have different priorities. So knowing which ones to focus on in terms of whether to chase them down is going to be key to your survival. So like these little tetrahedron guys are going to try and attack your crystal. If they destroy the crystal, or if the crystal runs out of health at any point in time, the game's over. If you're carrying the crystal to the exit and the guy carrying it dies, you're also dead. And if you lose all of your heroes, you're also dead. Let's try and... oh, Prisoner Prod level 3. So the upgraded defenses will be good to have, because that way I don't have to worry so much about my guys needing food. This is the last level of or last door of this dungeon, so that's good. That means I insta-research. I'm going to zoom out to tactical mode here to shut down as many things that are lit as possible, and then light up a clear path so that Hotbot can get to the exit. And here's where the majority of the tower defense parts of the game are. I'm going to try and run Hotbot home, and if the defenses I have held, without Hotbot getting murdered on his way to the end, I will clear the floor after opening every door and researching as much as I could, generating as many resources as I could. It looks like the Prisoner Prod is more than this level of the dungeon can handle. Hotbot's got a clear run home. The green indicator on the exit means that I've got everyone home that I need to. If it was yellow, that would mean that I had a hero left. And we have cleared the floor. Time for elevator banter. So, in summation, I'm really happy with my purchase of Dungeon of the Endless. It's a really fun game. It takes what seems like a lot of disparate genres and it somehow manages to fuse them all together into a really interesting and fun and difficult game to play. It's an altogether enjoyable experience that is more than the sum of its parts. I feel like there's some, on the design side, there's some issues that could be worked out. Some of the randomization things could probably be done so that they're better. Like, they are random, but they aren't necessarily fit into a certain set of parameters so that they're more conducive to enjoyable gameplay. I also feel like your characters should probably get a little something more for killing all the units that they do, because right now there's not a whole lot of reward for that. So thanks for tuning in for this inaugural episode of I Might Be Biased. Let me know if you have any complaints or comments in the comments section. Let me know if there's anything else you want to review. Aside from that, thanks for tuning in and have a good day.